One thing that's always asked about and very hard to both define and then define correctly is executive presence. This person lacks executive presence. My first question is, what does that mean to you? Because there is wide ranges of what executive presence is based on whatever position you're looking for. And for me, it is communication, transparency, and likability. If you walk into a room and you have a smile on your face and you're actually making eye contact with people and shaking hands and genuinely interested in the conversations and listening, not just worrying about what email came across on your watch, that's presence. How people view your interaction is your presence. If they come into the room and ask questions and you are spastic and screaming and you're insightful and asking follow-up questions and delivering on what's asked of you after the meeting, it's presence. If people listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth and they understand where you're coming from and you're able to give both great positive feedback and even better developmental feedback, executive presence. So for me, when somebody says, well, I'm really good at executive presence, you get to prove it with some follow-up questions or just your actions. I love going and visiting places and just sitting back and watching the kind of ambiance. It looks like I'm doing nothing. I swear I am. You want to understand the vibe of the building. You want to understand how each person interacts with each other. And you don't have to be an executive to have executive presence. If you walk in the room and you know people are watching you and you're expecting great things, people want you to mess up so they can laugh. We're humans. And you don't give them that opportunity. And you're open and honest and you're delivering tough information, but you're doing it with confidence, basically because you practice or you've been put in these situations. As a new leader, we have to understand executive presence takes practice. And does that mean that you get to spend time in front of your mirror? Sure. Do it in front of your dog? Yeah. Do it in front of your spouse and your kids? Yeah, absolutely. Practice. Walking into the room, using hand motions, not screaming and pointing everywhere. But when you're having conversations, letting people know, I'm here for you, I want to break down barriers, and I want you to understand and be honest with me, I'm not going to be able to do everything. I can't hand out hundos to people. But if you're asking for X and I'm able to deliver it, here's who I can do it, when I can do it, and I'm going to follow up by this date. That is what executive presence is. Knowing that they can count on you if they have an issue, that you're going to respond, how your past interactions are. And executive presence kind of fluctuates based on your own performance. Your interactions day in and day out are going to prove whether or not you have executive presence. But what I would tell you to focus on is as soon as you walk in the room, what do you look like? As soon as you open up your mouth, what do you sound like? And when you leave the room, what are people saying about you? You focus on those three things, no matter what room you walk into, whether it's business or life, you will have great executive presence. You be the leader. You get to decide.